Incredibly enough, you are the busiest basketball analyst alive today.
I carry that with a badge of honor. I really do, and I'm very fortunate that our employer allows me to be able to go different places and have different experiences covering both the ACC, college basketball, and the NBA.
Nicely done by Buchanan. McNeely, it opens up a bit, but he can't hit it on the reverse. The follow is up and good for
Virginia needs to just focus on getting a string of stops. 3 or 4 stops will really help them.
Shot clock down to 10. Kofi, Davis all over him. Great defense. Finds Buchanan, has to hurry. 2 on the timer, goes off the window and in. Blake.
Great start for Syracuse.
A 20-point lead for the Orange. And Virginia still struggling defensively. And this is a Cavaliers team that the backbone of this program is Buchanan gets to get stops in this second half as well, as Syracuse extends the lead to 18.
And here goes Syracuse again with the pressure.
Virginia has been stifled on the offensive end. Buchanan goes into Lampkin, puts it home for 2.
Just thought about it. Rhodey along 3, front rim, comes back to Ames, new 20.
Well, they got a mismatch inside with Buchanan if they can find him.
He's matched up on Daquan Davis, who's 6'1", and they find the mismatch. Dang, shot fake, launches. Saunders corrals.
Good block out by McNeely and Saunders that time. See, with the size that Florida State has in the game, there's very little chance to have a mismatch on the inside that the Cavaliers exploited earlier in the half.
It's been Leonard Hamilton's adjustment. Buchanan cutting to the rim.
Now Victor Locken gets into the paint, and that's where Virginia's been most fragile. You take a look at the Cavaliers starting 5. It's amazing. They've been playing their best basketball when they turn it into a shootout, not a defensive grind fest like we're accustomed to.
And that's where Clemson has to lock in defensively. As you can see, they haven't.
Great feed, and Blake Buchanan. Game-winning streak. They've been terrific on the road. You said it. They're just so difficult to beat. You have to earn it. A team that has only lost 5 times this season. 3 of them have been in overtime. Buchanan.
The wrinkle that Hubert Davis has added as of late, the pressure, the 1-2-1-1 diamond press, which of course Virginia's always had issues with handling pressure.
Got this one free up ahead for Buchanan. He'll attack and lay it in.
And for Hugh
Jack podcast. Have you been a guest yet?
I have not, but I don't do podcasts. But if I did, I would probably join my guy, Ian Jackson. Or the other one I would go on would be former North Carolina great and national champion Theo Pinson. He and Justin Jackson do a great job with their body. Defense by the Hoos, coming in, getting the strip. The no for the big man, bringing the basketball down, keep it high, and get a bucket.
Kofi up top looking for a cutter. Virginia, in winning these last 3, they're kind of getting back to the Tony Bennett principles a little bit better.
Well, when you think about Virginia in their 13 wins, they're only giving up 58 points per game. But in their 12 losses, it's been 70.
Got to switch again, double team. Powell.
That's his first miss from long distance. Buchanan run on the floor. Dongo got back, pinned it on the backboard. Rhodey around Soiree, trying to recover defensively. Buchanan.
As Lowe is able to get another one. Now they have the 4 field goals, 2 apiece. But everything has been attacking the paint. All that Pitt has thus far is layups.
Over the top and the slam. as Buchanan.
Graham absolutely does. He is a shooter, and at 6'11", he can get his shot off against pretty much any defense. He's on the floor right now for Jeff Capel to provide some offense.
They hit their first three. Not a lot of time left before halftime, but a lot of time left in the game for the Pitt Panthers to claw back into this thing, which they're trying to do, but a tough move downstairs. Buchanan
ends up being a tough three-point field goal opportunity for Jorge Diaz-Graham, which he can knock it down, but that was one Zach Austin should have been able to lay in if it had been a better pass.
Underneath and up and in, a quick strike by Buchanan.
But we've truly been our star of the night.
Game Chicken brought to you by Allstate. You know, Pitt so good at home this year until tonight. So doubly disappointing, 10-2 here at the Pete before encountering the Cavaliers here in the ACC tonight.
And Obi, we talked about it early. This looked like a team that had a hangover from a tough loss over the weekend, where Virginia also had a tough loss on their home floor by 1, but yet their spirit was a lot different in shoot-around earlier today.
Tech West is 8 for 15 from beyond the arc.
Here's Rhodey and the Cavaliers, who had it a moment ago to a three-point game. Got the free throw. Now Buchanan rolling with a right hand. Buchanan's second field goal.
Buchanan was in great position, Wes, but you throw that ball up there, the only guy who can get it is Lawal.
You see Murray and Buchanan both on the floor. Here's a little bounce and a layup for Buchanan.
Responsible for the time frame we're in right now, age, all those things factor in. But you hate to lose legends in the game, and we've done that with Kay and Roy, and lost some Hall of Famers as well.
6-0 Miami scoring run over the last 3 minutes. Again, Virginia tonight without 2 of their top 3 scorers. Who steps up to help McNeely with 3 on the shot clock? It's Buchanan rolling to the rim.
To a bunch of transfers and young guys that are playing right now.
Liam McNeely fresh back onto the floor. Had to take a late shot clock 3. Buchanan. The clock. Got his own miss. And floated it too hard with the left hand.
What happens when you play Virginia, they're going to force you to defend on this, to guard on this end of the floor. 20 seconds, 25 seconds, you're going to use the shot clock. They're never going to rush. The tendency is you want to speed the game up, and you take quick shots and fast shots, and this is when you get yourself in trouble.
And Buchanan has had his 7-0 run.
He's got to play more. Get the ball inside. I think the double team's coming. This is just too easy.
Buchanan with an... Interestingly, though, because Ron Sanchez had to burn 2 timeouts quickly, Virginia has just 1 left for the next 13 minutes.
Let's see if Miami can continue to pressure.
Kofi inside to Buchanan, going right at Cleveland. Puts his head down. Rebound Buchanan, whose night keep
dozen now on 3 triples and 3 of 3 line shooting.
If he's going to make threes like that, he's going to be impossible to guard.
Biggest lead of the ball game now for Notre Dame at 13. Baseline, Buchanan the bucket.
Nice pass by McNeely. That's just the kind of team they are.
Through 8 possessions in this game, Boston College has turned it over 4 times.
Now, the Virginia defense has been really good. You know, and during this 5-game losing streak, Virginia has allowed 74 points per game to its opponents.
The freshman Sharma picks up his dribble, finds Blake Buchanan. Give and go, and Buchanan hammers it home. Leads, they've lost that in ACC play. Rhodey, contact, no call, and Buchanan's there to clean. A good rhythm to the game, particularly for Virginia. That has all gone away in the first 5 minutes of this second half.
Well, this first 5 minutes of the second half is more of what we expected. You know, 2 teams.
Even when he misses, the ball goes halfway down.
Rhodey. This time it's an easier finish for Buchanan. It really jumps out watching him.
They always seem to get a great shot. Saunders got it back from Rhodey into Buchanan. And skips for Blake Buchanan. That he will get that kind of effort, and that this, he hopes, is the turn for him. He had 15 rebounds, 6 of them in the closing minutes. And Buchanan takes it here, burns down the house.
Good start for Ames back in the starting 5 for Virginia. Harris, Saunders came out the challenge, got a piece of it, and Buchanan has it for UVA.
Virginia has settled down from that initial start that I thought SMU had better energy.
Rhodey with the lob to Buchanan.
He's a legit 7'2". They don't move him real well. He moves well for his size.
Rhodey back for Ames.
You can see in the ball screen coverage, they have now moved cement up. He's no longer in drop coverage. He's we call it at the line of scrimmage.
For SMU. Rhodey has not scored tonight. McNeely has not made a three-point field goal. Here's Sharma. Sharma working with Buchanan. Now back to McNeely. Once again, the shot clock winding down for Virginia, down to 5. Great feed and the finish by Buchanan.
Power to put a bunch of points on the board. Then being 3 for 20 from 3 just puts so much pressure in other areas of the game because there's nothing gets loosened up.
Buchanan with the finish and the foul.
But you're not going to knock down. Let's see what SMU runs here. They're going to keep the ball in Miller's hands.
Miller threw it away. Threw it right to Rhodey. The lob for Buchanan.
Up and in. He's got 14. There will be a time to speed up the game, but it's not yet for Virginia. McNeely, Sellers goes over the top. Good slip. It goes to that screen right there, which means he goes like he's going to set it and then slips past it. Nice feed. Good dish.
DJ Campbell with 5, and the Cal lead is 4. Fade away in the baseline, rattles out, but the putback inside, Blake Buchanan.
Piece. 5:12 remaining. Buchanan moving inside and drops in.
Lead this program in the current environment. What do you make of the way that not just programs look, but what the challenge has been for Rod Sanchez to take this thing over so close to the season as Buchanan flushes? Danger, back cut, Hunter missed it. Would have tied it. Tyrese Hunter staggering back onto his feet. UVA has a quick 5-on-4, and Murray will pass it up back to Power. St. Murray, TJ Power returning to the game with Ames, Sharma, and Buchanan. Very, very, very young Virginia lineup. Ames one-hands it inside.
And a long-time Tony Bennett lieutenant here in Charlottesville. A couple of things are different. Mostly it's the same system we're used to seeing.
Yes, absolutely. And you can see there the dump down from
Guys at 6'6". No Day Ames for Virginia. Their normal point guard is Buchanan.
We're set to go. The first ever Atlantic Coast Conference basketball game for the SMU Mustangs, and Virginia controls the tip. A lot of new faces, very little experience returning for this Cavalier team. In fact, that man right there, Day Ames, in his first year after transferring from Kansas State. McNeely, their big three-point shooter, but lays it off underneath in the slats.
McNeely rises for a deep one, and it's around and out. Grabbed by Buchanan as the ball went out of the hand. 3 for 5 from 3, and Isaac McNeely, the all-time three-point percentage leader at UVA, has those 2. Here's McNeely again, operating against the much larger Condon. Trying to take him off the dribble. Finds him cutting Buchanan. A great look. Saunders has been outstanding for UVA with a dozen, and his miss is followed up by Buchanan. Extended arm, and Elijah Martin rolls it home.
And that's where Andrew Rohde's got to be able to guard the basketball. That's where Virginia in the past, in their pack line defense, it was very difficult to straight line drive like that.
Martin's the third Gator into double figures. Virginia with McNeely off a cut into Buchanan, and he scores it over Chin.
But it too is off the mark. Virginia by a touchdown early. A lot of football this weekend, right? 14-7 the score. You think about it. Commonwealth Clash is coming up. So many other things.
There'll be a bunch of 14-7s coming up in the next 48 hours.
Grabs your attention. You're right, around the country. Tay-Day Ames brings it up the floor. Neely off a screen, and he now has the ball up on the wing. Rohde looks for Buchanan, and he's right where he wanted him to be. Buchanan with a basket. We talked so much about the freshmen. Pretty good crop of sophomores for Holy Cross as well.
Yeah, really nice. He's shooting over 45% from three.
There's 8 of those coming into today. And how about Buchanan starting to heat up?
They're looking for this guy to get going. Shaquille Bender. He can't hit, and that's been an early season story for the Jaspers. You see the rest of the Virginia starting 5. McNeely, their leading scorer. Ames is the transfer from Kansas State. Blake Buchanan, the big sophomore from Postcard Pretty, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And there he is with the pretty touch. Transfer from Bloomfield College in New Jersey.
You may notice he's wearing a little some straps on his right shoulder. They didn't know whether he'd be able to go full speed tonight or not.
Buchanan in the high post, his second basket.
And he came in on the season having only made 3 3-point baskets.
Had only taken 7. Gilliard defending McNeely. It comes down low. Buchanan's got a size advantage over Robinson. Too easy. An easy one, then things open up.
Man, you've got to be careful with that guy. I mean, if he starts making them, then you have to get up on him. But with the way he shot the ball so far, I think you don't want to get out on him so quickly.
Ames off the hesitation. Buchanan's got 6. Shot clock at 6. 8 points for Buchanan. The Who's. Ames over Dinkins. Big rebound by Buchanan. And makes the most of his second chance.
Defense from Virginia.
It was, but I'm sure that Coach Pitino would rather just him take a 5-second count as opposed to turn the ball over. St. John's did do a good job of getting back.
Buchanan to that left-hand spot, and it bounces in.
Bothering him at all. Surgery was a success.
Kofi steps back, a clean look, and it's way off. Buchanan boards the miss. A reload for Virginia. McNeely feeds it. Buchanan scores it.
It's a good drive by McNeely. Still shoot, I'm sure.
Oh, this is a 3-point maestro. Power misses the reverse, but Buchanan
is exceptionally strong in that low post. Good pass.
They'll feed the big fella on this end, and Buchanan returns the favor.
Yeah, you can't pivot to your right side and then come back with the right hand, though. If you're going that way, you've got to go left hand.
Rohde sets up Buchanan for 2. Story of this second half. Not only the dominance in the point column from Tennessee, but the way they've been able to generate second, third opportunities on each trip. It's now a 15-3 burst out of the break for the Volunteers.
Yeah, Virginia only 3 points this second half.
See if Kofi can get him going.
Nice move.
Across the lane, he sets up Buchanan for 2.
Help can't come, and patience and strength on that finish.
5-point game, just as it was at the half. 3 minutes into the second half. Buchanan, nice move. Just creeps over.
Cameron Brown, he's got some shimmy to him, and he's blocked away. Ames with a paste on the backboard.
I mean, man, his defense has been impeccable, not letting Brown get totally in front of him, but it's the recovery that you have to compliment Ames on with that one.
McNeely floating to the rim. Buchanan flushes.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you call a journeyman award right there. And Buchanan going to the basket, can't get the first moment ago. But he
does not need much space. Beautiful shot.
81 threes last season, tied for 8th in the conference. UVA has made its last 4 shots entering this past timeout. And some extra run here for Ishan Sharma, who has really opened up your eyes early on.
Yeah, I've really liked him, watching him in practice, and of course watched some film of him before he even got in the UVA uniform. You just knew he had it.
You didn't take a trip to Ontario to watch him play?
I did not, but I'd like to.
Okay. Kofi setting up. Battling Dugan. Buchanan, thunderous jam!
I haven't seen an awful lot of him, but you see the talent that Coach McGee is so excited about. I think Coach McGee may have cut off the sideline over there. He was in that stance.
6th defender out there. Brody waits. Oh, what a pass for Buchanan. Come on.